Today we'll discuss about the chemical safety, what are the hazards over there, and what are the different precautionary measures which you need to apply at the time of storage of the chemicals, as well as like the handling. So the chemical safety which relates to the hazards and precautionary measures. Okay, so different chemicals which we are using in industry. Like, yes, it is safe to practice of handling of chemicals and minimize the hazards which can affect to public, personal and health. And chemical safety includes all those policies. There are different policies, procedures, and also related to the practice designed to minimize the risk of exposure. It is designed to minimize the risk exposure. Okay, and potential hazardous chemicals. So first we'll discuss about the hazards. What are the hazards over there? So a chemical hazard is a substance that has the potential to cause harm to the environment, okay, as well as life and health. And generally we categorize into two parts. That is what the first part is called physical hazard, and the second part that is called health hazard. So yes, in physical hazard, like you have to go with the there are different chemicals which may be explosive chemicals which will affect, okay, like explosive chemicals, acetylene nitrate, acetone peroxides, then combustible and flammable materials like methane and ethane, that is different kinds of chemicals, then compressed gas which is LPG, propane and butane, water reactive substances like Na, sodium, K for potassium, and the last one is sulfuric acid. Then other oxidizers like potassium and permanganate, as well as if you go with the health hazard, so here you can check chemical can enter in our body by the inhalation. With the help of inhalation, maybe you are breathing any type of chemical. If you are breathing, that is what the breathing inhalation problem. Okay, and absorption. If any chemical, it will fall down on your body. If it is fall down on your body, so skin started absorbing. So that kind of hazard as well by skin absorbers, or it may enter in your eyes. Okay, with the help of injection as well. Like if you put any chemical directly from your mouth, so it will enter in your body and then it will start affecting, and you will get the adverse effect on your body. So that is also one of the major effect on your health. Ingestion, any accidental cut while handling the chemicals. If you are lifting any type of chemical and suddenly you fall down, so the same chemical it will fall on your body, as well as any cut over there on your body, so the chemical enter on the cutted part. So if any type of puncture in your body while handling the chemicals, you may fall down or you may slip. So on that cutted part, the chemical will go inside. Okay, so that calls the injection method. Okay, and toxic, yes, there are different again the chemicals over there like mercury, snake venom, that is also one of the poison, toxicity related to poisoning. Okay, corrosive, yes, many chemicals are corrosive, many chemicals, okay, which we are using in industry. So it may corrode, damage or destroy the tissue cells. Irritants, if it goes in your body, little burn and injuries to the skin as well. Then yes, sanitizers like allergic reaction on your body, hepatotoxins which is damage to the liver, and nephrotoxins which damage to the kidney and cells tissue, and the last one, that is what the neurotoxins which acts on your nervous system. So this is how the chemical properties which is related to the chemical safety, hazards and precautions. So here we'll discuss about the physical hazards as well as the health hazard. There are different points which we covered. Okay, now we'll discuss about the precautionary measures. What are the precautions which we need to apply while handling the chemicals? Okay, so always you have to avoid the intentional smelling. Yes, any type of chemical if you are handling and intentionally you are going to smell that chemical, so avoid that. It may be dangerous. If you inhale, if you smell, it may be dangerous. Okay, so avoid intentional smelling, inhaling and tasting of chemicals. Okay, second point, the next point is always avoid direct contact with the chemicals. and use proper PPE. Proper PPE means proper hand gloves, okay, big hand gloves which is covered up to the elbow areas, the bigger length of the gloves, as well as the glass, eye protection glasses. Proper PPE, chemical suit is also very important if you are going in a chemical zone, so always go with chemical suits. Read the MSDS, material safety data sheet, while handling the chemicals. So avoid always a direct contact with the chemicals. Use proper PPE and equipment to handle the chemicals with proper safety control. With proper safety control measures like chemical suit and eye protection glasses and other safety equipments. Third point is to read MSDS, material safety data sheet. Yes, it is very important while handling of any type of chemicals. It may hazardous, so always read the label. There is the label code which is on top of the same chemical containers and storage areas as well, and read the label and also read the MSDS. Material safety data sheet which covers each and every information related to the same chemical. So while handling any type of chemicals, always read the MSDS first and then handle. Okay? So read MSDS and warning labels when any type of chemicals you are handling. Check special storage, check the storage area, check tanks, okay, check containers such as like refrigeration or inert atmosphere storage, the chemical which we are storing in the cooling place. It requires -degree temperature. So that kind of room, the room which we are putting the chemicals over there, you need to check the temperature as well. Whether the chemicals which you need to store in a -degree, so that also you need to check. Okay. Then you have to go with the periodic check. Periodic check means what? Like within a week, you have to go over there and check. Within a week means 7 days. Within 7 days, every 7 days you have to go and check inside. So periodic check on the chemical containers for rust, okay, corrosion, and also you have to check the leakage. So you have to check the three things: rust, as well as the corrosion, whether any corrosion because of the same chemicals where you stored, okay, and maybe the possibility of leakage as well. So it is must proper with pre-post checklist. So you have checklist, pre and post checklist. You need to go with the same checklist and check. Okay. Go with the safety glasses are to be worn whenever working with the acids. Whenever you are working with the acids, go with proper glasses, proper PPEs, chemical suits, bases, any other chemicals. Example like flammable chemicals as well. Okay. Provide adequate ventilations and check with the MSDS and also standard operating. There is also SOP as well, standard operating procedures which you need to apply at the time while using. Then dispose of all solutions in an appropriate manner as directed by the manufacturer guideline. As directed by the manufacturer guideline, you need to dispose all the PPEs which you used like in a chemical zone. So once you come out from that chemical zone, immediately you have to dispose all the PPEs which you used there only. Okay? Why? Because if you go with the same clothes or same PPE and round here and there in all companies, what you are doing basically? You are doing basically the hazards which is related to the same chemical, and you are simply roaming here and there in the same suit. So better once you come out, immediately you have to dispose all the things which you apply over there. Okay? You need to dispose that PPE immediately once you come out from that chemical zone. Understood everyone? Then be familiar with the use of eye wash, showers, and the first aid kit. You need to familiar with this kind of equipment. Why? Because in an emergency, you must know about the use of eye wash, station showers, and also first aid kit. First aid kit कहाँ पर रखा है? Immediately you need to apply that first aid kit in an emergency. Okay, if they are needed at any times. So be very careful while handling the chemicals. Chemical safety is very important. Wherever you are working with the chemicals, go with proper precautionary measures. Always check the MSDS. And the last word which I say is to protect yourself. Protect yourself with the help of proper PPE, proper equipment, to use and handling of the chemicals. Okay, so today we covered about the chemical safety related to the hazards and precautions. We also covered related to physical hazards and health hazard. There are different chemicals which will affect on your body, and we will also cover the precautionary measures. Okay, so this is how the things you need to be very careful while handling the chemicals.